So why I left religion, organized religion. I was in organized church, Pentecostal church, for probably 35 years of my life since 1984. I kind of grew up in the church. Family was always religious, kind of grew up in that environment. And the reason why I left is I was always noticing something was just off about, organized religion. Something never really felt right about it. And it always felt like there was a lot of condemnation, judgment. Uh, you just never really felt right. And I made it all to, senior pastor during my time in the church and organized religion. And then one day, I just realized, I didn't have to be a part of this anymore. And, I learned these two principles in life. And when you put God first above everything in your life, everything, all your marriage, your career, your thoughts, your dreams, everything becomes, uh, just putting God above all that. And when I began to do that, I began to find, peace that never went away. When I was in organized religion, it'd be good for a few months and it'd be rough for a few months. You'd have to fast and pray and do all these things, these works to try to get, quote unquote, the presence of God, right? So when I got away from organized religion and I followed principle number one, which is putting God first above everything in my life, no more plans of my own. I simply just followed his plan, right? And then the second principle that I learned was to lean not on my own understanding, but in all my ways trust in him. And by doing that, and not leaning on my own knowledge, but in every way trusting in him, right? Renewing my mind and putting on the mind of Christ, right? So how does that look in real life, though? Like when your light bill is due and you just lost your job and now you got to pay rent and you have all these you know tragedies in life that we seem to deal with on a daily basis, right? Because they don't talk about these things in organized religion ever, right? They tell you that you must be doing something wrong, that's why you're facing these things. Nonsense. So you can still have peace no matter what you're facing. And I have faced some pretty hardships in life. I had a daughter that passed away at 9. I had my wife that passed away at a very young age. So trust me, I understand. I've been through financial stresses as well. It's not pleasant. I'm not saying you're not, but you can still have peace throughout, no matter what you're facing in life. And it's following those two principles. You cannot fail when you put God first above every single thing in life. And when you lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways trust in him, you cannot fail. You will be filled with peace and you will live a blessed life. And by blessed life, it doesn't always mean monetary, but you will live a blessed life of peace and happiness and joy. And no longer will you feel condemned. No longer will you feel depressed, full of anxiety, less than, worthy. Uh, all the things of the past it just goes away. And your relationship with God begins to develop. And it's a real relationship. It's not something that you just read stories about in the book. It's actually real life. And you begin to experience something, and you begin to see yourself the way that God sees you. So if this video blessed you today, leave me a like, subscribe, put a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how our channel is doing. We're just brand new. Come grow with me, and let's build this channel together, and we're going to get this message out to the world. Freedom. So remember, you are free, you are blessed, you are loved, you are filled with joy, and God loves you, and so do I. Peace.